Good morning, members. This is C. Abhishekas Chauhan, and today I'm here with the next case study, which is case study number 80. The question which is coming recent days, based on a very old question in one of my assignments. Now, I'm not sure whether the amounts were similar or not in the question that we are going to practice and the case study that was in exam, but the concept was 100% same. And secondly, some of the data was also exactly same. Even the cost of equity or the discount rate or given was also same. That is confirmed by the member who have got this question or case study in his exam, right? So now, without wasting any time, let's start that case study. Now this is the case study. As you can see, the case study number 43 earlier. Now this case study will be case study number 80 for you. Let's start reading. A valuation done by an established company by a well-known analyst has estimated a value of 500 lakh. Now again, these amounts can be different. Based on the expected free cash flow for the next year of 20 lakhs. The member have confirmed that in his exam the amount was, the valuation might also be in place of 500, it might be 5000 also, and in place of cash flow it was 200 in place of 20, or it can be 200, it can be 20. So you have to understand the concept properly, that if you can understand a concept, then even if it will be 200 or even if it will be 20, that does not make any major difference, right? But the problem here is one valuer was assigned to value the company. He has valued the company for 500 lakhs, and the cash flow that he has used for his next year free cash flow, that is 20 lakhs or 200 lakhs whatsoever, and an expected growth rate of 5%, right? So in exam the growth rate might be given, might not be given, right? So if it will be given, then also, if not be given, then also, what is the difference, we will discuss. While going through the valuation procedure, you found that the analyst has made the mistake of using the book values of debt and equity in his calculation. Now, in the classes or sessions we have discussed in very much detail that whenever you have to use the values, you have to use the market value weights, not the book value weights. But that valuer has made a mistake कि उसने book values को use कर लिया है. While you do not know the book value weights he used, you are not even aware about the book value weights he used, you have been provided with the following information. The company has a cost of equity of 12%, company has a cost of debt, after tax cost of debt is 6%. The market value of equity is 3 times the book value of equity, while the market value of debt is equal to the book value of debt, right? In your exam, it can be given the market value can maybe 4 times of the equity, it can be given the debt value is 2 times or 1.5 times or 0.5 times maybe, right? So the question basically here is, there was one valuer who has valued a company, he used the book value weights, whereas in the exam the book value weights are not given, but information is given with respect to the book values, how many times the market value weights or market value was there, right? The cost of equity is given, cost of debt is given. The data was exactly more or less same in the question, amounts can be different, right? What is asked you to calculate is, calculate the correct value of the company. If you want to make it a case study kind of question, then they might ask you calculate the correct discount rate or cost of capital, or calculate the correct market value weights maybe, right? Or what would be the book value weights that he used, or market value weights that we should use, right? So how to solve this kind of problem? Now very easy, but obviously if you are not able to understand this concept, then in exam directly it will be slightly difficult to solve this type of problems in exam, right? So please be with me for next 2 to 3 minutes, this will be done, right? Now, how to calculate the value of the business, the present value of all the future cash flows, we have discussed in detail. So whatever the free cash flows will be here and onwards, if we discount it with K minus G, if the growth rate will be there, then the K minus G. If in your question in exam the growth rate will not be there, then simply divide by K. Then automatically this value will be here. This many questions of normal dividends and all or equity valuations we have done in the sessions, right? Now, if you see the value, market value is given as 500, right? The cash flow that he used is 20. The growth rate that he used was 0.05, right? So now the question is, if he has used the free cash flows and the cost of equity is also given and cost of debt is also given, then in place of simple cost of equity is used as a discount rate when you have to use or calculate the value of equity, and equity shares cash flows are given. If you are using the free cash flows, now it is not written that it is free cash flow for the equity or free cash flow for the firm. So by default, if the value of the firm is calculated, you have to remember the corrects of FCFE, FCFF. If the value of firm is automatically calculated, which cash flows he might have used? The answer is cash flow for the firm, that is for debt and equity. Which discount rate he must have used? The answer is WACC, or overall cost of capital. So in place of here the cost of equity, he must have used WACC, right? So this WACC can also be called as overall cost of capital, or KO. So if you are comfortable with WACC, you can write WACC. If you are comfortable with the KO, you can write KO. The key point is, if you are using the cash flow, or you are getting the value for cash flow of the firm, the discount rate you should also, that represents the firm, means debt and equity, that is called WACC, right? So in this situation only one value is missing, only one value is missing. So whether that one value can be calculated or not, please concentrate. So this is available, this is available, G is available, WACC or KO is required. So how to get that? 500 is equal to 20 divided by, I can write it as X, or WACC minus G is 0.05, or 500, X is equal to 20 by 500 plus 0.05. So X or WACC that particular valuer have used will be 20 divided by 500 plus 0.05 is equal to 0.09 or 9%. Can we cross verify this also? That valuer, when he calculated the value of the business, he has used the discount rate as 9% or WACC as 9%. Then whether this value will be there? Yes sir. 20 divided by WACC minus G, or discount rate, or KE or KO minus growth rate, right? So what if the growth rate will not be there? You will not write growth rate. Then also the value will be even easier to calculate. Then it will be 4% in my example. Or if it will be 200 in exam, then 200 divided by 500, or if it will be 5000 whatsoever data, it will be 40%. Right? So depending upon the data in the question, first of all you have to calculate the WACC that original valuer have used. Right? Now, but while calculation of this WACC, he has used the book value weights, and we are not having the even book value weights. But can we calculate the WACC? We know how to calculate WACC is equal to cost of equity into weight of equity plus cost of debt into weight of debt. Please check here. We have to then just this type of missing figure questions, we have to write the formulas and then try to find out which value is missing. Now we are having the WACC that he has got, right? We are having the cost of equity given in the question 12%. We have the cost of debt given in the question, after tax cost of debt 6%. Now what do we actually require? The cost of the weight of debt and weight of equity that he has used, but we are not having that weights, right? So can we assume that weights? Yes. So we'll write, let weight of equity is X and weight of debt will be 1 minus X. This is the most important point. If the two important things that we understand, if the two values are there, two weights are there, total of weights is always 100%, right? So out of it, one will be 60%, other will be 40%, one will be 70%, other will be 30%. अगर एक का weight 70% होगा, दूसरे का 30% ही होगा. That means 1 minus X, right? Weight of equity is X, weight of debt is 1 minus X. If you can do this, the question is more or less same. Right? So now WACC is given as 9%. You can write 0.09 is equal to cost of equity is 0.12 into X plus cost of debt is 0.06 into 1 minus X. Sorry, 1 minus X. 1 minus X. Okay. Now how to solve this? 0.09 is equal to 12x plus 0.06 minus 0.06x, right? So it will be 0.12x, it will be 0.12x minus 0.06x is equal to, this will be in this side, 0.09 minus 0.06 is equal to 0.06x, balancing this minus this. This is positive, this is negative. So in this situation, you will be left with 0.06x is equal to 0.03, or x is equal to 0.03 divided by 0.06 is equal to 0.50. Now till now, what calculations we are doing, or what we are calculating? The weights that the original valuer have used, the wrong weights that he has used, right? So till this particular point, we can calculate the wrong weights, and we can now do the forward calculations also. That if the cost of debt is 6%, after tax cost of debt is 6%, after tax cost of equity is 12%, the weight of equity is 50.50, weight of debt will be also 1 minus x, or weight of debt will be 0.5 also. Then the overall cost of capital will be 9%, and that if used in the 20 lakhs cash flow and 5% growth rate, the value of the firm that he got was 500 lakhs. So till now we have only done the calculations that the original valuer have done, right? Now the second phase is there, and that is also very interesting to understand. Again, if you cram the answers in exam, if the data will be changed, or then you might face a problem. So always try to understand a concept thoroughly. So here, now after this calculation, we know the value or book value of debt that he has used is 0.50, and or weight of book value weights of equity is 0.50, and book value of weights is 0.50 that he has used, right? So this is, I am writing weightage, equity and debt. The book value weights that he has used 0.50, 0.50, and out of 1 I can write 0.50, 0.50. Out of 100, if I have to write the same weights, can I write 50 and 50 to make it simple? That if the debt, we are not having the amount of equity, we are not having amount of debt. So for keeping it simple in any type of question that will be asked in your exam, just concentrate on this particular small part, right? So book value of debt 50/50 can also be written that means total amount invested is 100 rupees. Out of that 50 rupees will be equity and 50 rupees is the debt. That is the book value. This is the book value again. In your question that I am solving, it is given that the market value of equity is 3 times, is equal to 3 times. In your exam, it can be given 4 times, it can be given 3 times, it can be given 5 times, it can be given 2 times. Doesn't matter, right? So if the amount original book value is 50 rupees and market value is 3 times, so what will be the market value of equity in that case? 150 rupees, obviously, right? And book value of debt in my question is given as same as book value of debt is equal to market value of debt. But in the question, that is question number 44, that is again next question in my assignment of CA finals, there was given that book value of debt is also 90 or 1/9 or 90%. Then also that can be changed, right? But here it is given as same, so I am using same in this question. Sir, what if it will be given as 90%? You will write 45. It will be given 80%, you will write 40. If it will be given as again twice or thrice, you will write the same as value, right? So then now what will be the total value? Answer, total value is the business or invested amount, 200, right? So out of that, what will be the market value weights? How to calculate market value weights? Obviously 150 by total 200 and 50 by 200. This is the most important step. Correct market value weights that we should use in the valuation. So this will be equal to 75% and this will be equal to 25%. Sometimes what members do, they try to calculate the directly weights by using some formulas, interpolations. That can be done, will be typical. Let's keep it simple. Try to calculate the book value weights earlier. Now if this is done, question is solved, right? Calculate book value weights earlier that he has used based on the data provided, and then after that Just whatever the changes he require or given in the question, just make those changes and the market value weights will be there. Now market value weights will be there. What will be WACC? 12% into weight of equity is 0.75 plus 0.06% into 0.25. So 12 into 0.75, 9 plus 6 into 0.25, 1.5. So correct discount rate or overall cost of capital is 10.5%. So what will be the correct market value? Is equal to 20 is the cash flow divided by WACC now is 0.105 minus G is 0.05. Sir, what if in exam the G will not be there? You will not write G. That's it. Right? So then it will be even more easier. So 20 divided by 0.055 is equal to 363.36 lakhs, your crores, lakhs. Again, last time in your exam, the data can be given differently, but the concept, this same concept was asked in the exam, right? So it can be 4 times, it can be 3 times. If there will be 4 times and all, then only the changes will be here. If 4 times, you will write 200, then also 250 out of 200 weights can be calculated, right? So that will not make any difference, right? So here, one more question that I am having with me, similar to this, you can read this question. This question number 44. The valuation of Hansal Limited has been done by an investment analyst based on an expected free cash flow 54 lakhs for the following year and an expected growth rate of 9%. Again, in exam, growth may be given, may not be given. The analyst has estimated the value of Hansal Limited to be 1800 lakhs, right? However, he committed a mistake of using book value weights instead of that market value weights. The book value weights employed by analysts are not known, but you know that the Hansal Limited has a cost of equity of 20%, post-tax cost of debt is 10%. The value of equity is thrice. Value of equity is thrice of its book value, whereas the market value of its debts is 9/10 of the original book value. So what is the correct value of Hansal Limited, right? So this is the next practice kind of case study for you all, which I think you can practice on your own, right? So this will be the case study that you have to practice. Very important case study with respect to these days calculations or these days exams. So please solve this case study properly, and next case study is based on the overall cost of capital, WACC is also there, in which he is expecting you to increase the assets base by 50% and all by involving and based on the marginal weighted average cost of capital. Then relief from royalty method, MEM case studies are also there. So that videos will follow soon. So this is it. Thank you so much. Please do revise this case study.